Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite Nhl Dfs plays for this Wednesday, January 24th slate. And we got ourselves 7 games here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and then we'll wrap up this video with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. With that being said, let's dive right into this. And we're going to kick things off here by highlighting the 7 games we have on this slate tonight, showing you the money lines and over-unders. First set of games here, we got the Coyotes taking on the Panthers, Jets at Maple Leafs, and the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Boston Bruins. Next set of games here, we got the Capitals at Avalanche, Blackhawks at Kraken, Blues at Canucks, and the Buffalo Sabres taking on the Los Angeles Kings. And then here's a quick midweek schedule update. Again, an Nhl DFS video here today and tomorrow. I will be putting out Nhl DFS picks for the Friday slate in my Discord as well. If you want to join the Discord, it is completely free to do so. Link in the description below, which also leads into my final point here as well. The All-Star break begins for the NHL next week. We do have 6 games between Monday and Wednesday next week. I will not be creating YouTube content for that, but happy to break down those slates and discuss that in my Discord. With all that said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight. Starting with that second line for the Florida Panthers, we got Bennett centering Tkachuk and Verhaeghe. This line offers a lot of upside. They've really been playing their best hockey as of late, having combined for 21 goals, 28 assists, 49 points in their last 12 games. Now, if Alexander Barkov is out again here tonight, we'll see Bennett play up on that first power play with both Tkachuk and Verhaeghe. If Barkov is back, we'll see Bennett get bumped down to the second power play. Either way, all 3 of these guys getting some sort of special teams, and I like that in this matchup here against an Arizona team that averages 3.8 minor penalties per game. Now, I'm going super cheap here with this next line stack, which will allow you to spend up throughout the rest of your lineup here tonight. Now, we've talked about that first line for the Canucks quite a bit here as of late. JT Miller centering Elias Pettersson and Brock Besser, but I don't mind pivoting to that second line here tonight if you're looking to get super cheap. You're going to have Suter centering Mikheyev and Kuzmenko. I'm not suggesting it's a high ceiling type of stack, but again, very affordable, and all 3 of these guys are getting some sort of work on the special teams right now. You're seeing Suter play up on the Canucks' number 1 power play, Mikheyev and Kuzmenko playing down on the number 2 power play, and I don't mind the matchup here tonight against the St. Louis Blues, who are playing on back-to-back nights on the road. Like I said though, overall, this is just a very, very affordable stack here that allows you to spend up throughout the rest of your lineup while having strong correlation. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm going to have hockey content coming out for you guys to close out the season. Alright, now diving into some of my favorite individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. First guy that I got is Mikko Rantanen of the Colorado Avalanche, priced at $8,600 here tonight in a matchup at home against the Washington Capitals. Mikko's been great all year long, 26 goals, 34 assists, 60 points in 47 games. Trending well here as of late too, with 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points, and 34 shots on net in his last 10 games. Playing up on the Avalanche first line and number 1 power play, which I don't mind targeting in general tonight. Very expensive to do that, but they're facing an older Capitals team who's playing on back-to-back nights on the road after having lost to Minnesota 5-3 last night. The next guy I got then is Nikolai Ehlers of the Winnipeg Jets, priced at $6,100 tonight in a matchup on the road against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's truly been solid here over the past month and a half, posting 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points, with 69 shots on net in his last 18 games. Nice. Playing on that second line and number 1 power play. And this Leafs team is not playing great hockey here as of late, especially in their own zone. Goaltending's been very shaky, having allowed 3.83 goals per game over their last 6 games, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 73% rate. I then like going back to Charlie Coyle here, the Boston Bruins, priced at $5,500 tonight in a matchup at home against Carolina, because he remains hot on that Bruins first line right now with Marchand and Pastrnak, having posted 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points in his last 10 games, averaging close to 12.5 DraftKings points per game, and he's also playing up on the Bruins' number 1 power play right now. Certainly don't mind that either. All the opportunity he's getting, he's definitely taking advantage of it. Now, talking the Vancouver Vancouver Canucks second line earlier. Super cheap route to go if you're looking to save some money throughout your lineup. I think we can also do that with the Seattle Kraken forwards here tonight. I'm going to highlight Jared McCann here at $5,000 in a matchup at home against Chicago. But overall, the forwards for the Kraken are very affordable and especially offering a lot of value in this matchup here. But McCann has a hot stick right now with 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points, and 16 shots on net in his last 5 games. Playing up on the Kraken first line and number 1 power play. And the Chicago team is one we've been targeting all year long. A team that's allowed 3.53 goals per game, the 4th most in the NHL, while having the league's 7th worst penalty kill, hitting at a 77% rate. And then dipping into the 4K range of forwards here, I got Quinton Byfield of the Los Angeles Kings, priced at $4,400 tonight in a matchup at home against the Buffalo Sabres. The Pierre-Luc Dubois experiment did not last long up on that first line with Kopitar and Kempe. We saw Byfield back up on that first line to finish out last game, and he's been solid on that first line really all year long. 14 goals, 19 assists in 44 games, and he's also playing up on the Kings' number 1 power play, so he's getting a lot of opportunity and offering a lot of value. Now, moving on to the defensemen here, and again, we have ourselves a slate where there just isn't a bunch of value at this position tonight, at least in my opinion, so I would prefer to spend up for defense tonight. One guy that I would be willing to spend up for is Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche, priced at $8,300 here tonight in a matchup at home against Washington. There aren't many, really if any, flaws to Makar's game. He truly does it all, playing around 26 minutes per night, up on the Avalanche number 1 power play and penalty kill. He's got 10 goals, 44 assists, 54 points in 42 games, while averaging 3 shots on net per game and close to 2 block shots per game. The next guy I got here then is Vince Dunn of the Seattle Kraken, priced at $5,000 tonight in a matchup at home against Chicago. More of an offensive defenseman who's got 8 goals, 27 assists, 35 points in 42 games this year. He's also got 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points in his last 10 games too, albeit he is coming off of the IR tonight, but he did practice yesterday, so I do expect him to play. Someone who logs around 21 minutes per game and plays up on the Kraken number 1 power play. Now, this is really where things start to get interesting. As I just mentioned here to start off the defensemen, I'm not really in love with the value we have on this slate, but I'm going to list out a handful of guys here. One guy right at $4,000 that I certainly don't mind is Samuel Girard of the Colorado Avalanche. He's played some solid hockey since returning to the lineup, putting up 7 assists and 26 block shots here in his last 10 games, averaging 11.2 Draftkings points per game. He plays around 19 minutes per night, plays on the Avs number 2 power play, and gets on the penalty kill as well. And then after Girard there, I just want to list out a handful of guys that are sub 4K plays that caught my attention. Like I said, not in love with the value, but here are the plays that stuck out to me. You got Neil Pionk, Josh Manson, Alex Vlasic, Timothy Liljegren, Jamie Oleksiak, Jake McCabe, Hampus Lindholm, Brandt Clark, Nate Schmidt, and Jordan Spence. And then I got a couple of goaltenders here for you, and again, another slate where I do prefer to spend up at this position. Most of the value, in my opinion, lays within the forwards on this slate tonight, so one guy that I would like spending up for at goaltender is Thatcher Demko of the Vancouver Canucks. Matchup at home tonight against St. Louis. He has truly been great all year long with a 25-8-1 record, save percentage of .921, and a goals allowed average of 2.40, averaging close to 17 Draftkings points per game. He's also been great here in his last 10 starts, going 9-1-0, and he ranks 4th of 65 qualified goaltenders this year in goals save above expected per 60, plus the Canucks are home favorites here tonight, sitting on a money line, a -220, and I always love that. And then I also like spending up for Jeremy Swayman of the Boston Bruins tonight, priced at $7,900 in a matchup at home against Carolina. He's also been great this year with a 15-3-7 record, save percentage of .923, and a goals allowed average of 2.31, averaging 15.5 Draftkings points per game. He's played well here as of late too, going 6-1-3 in his last 10 starts, and he ranks 6 of 65 qualified goaltenders this year in goals save above expected per 60. Now, the matchup here tonight against Carolina, I know that can be a bit scary, but he should see a lot of volume in shots, as the Hurricanes average 33.5 shots on net per game this year, the 5th most in the NHL. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. But before we dive into the 3 here on the graphic, I also want to name drop Jordan Eberle and Andre Burakovsky of the Seattle Kraken. First one on the graphic here, though, is Jake DeBrusk, currently playing on the second line in number 2 power play. He's found his scoring touch here as of late with 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points in his last 14 games. The next guy I got then is Ross Colton of the Colorado Avalanche, priced at $3,800 here tonight. And he's currently centering their second line and playing up on the number 1 power play, and he's played well here in his last 5 games with 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points, and he's shown some really nice upside as well, hitting 14.5, 18, and 20.8 Draftkings points in 3 of those 5 games. And then the last guy that I got there is Connor Garland of the Vancouver Canucks, priced at $3,700, currently playing on their third line in number 2 power play. He's shown some nice upside himself here as of late with 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points, and 27 shots on net in his last 10 games. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 7-game slate. In the meantime, I'm out of here.